The sad reality is that some guys don't see the full picture when they start dating a Filipina. They may be rather lonely, and an online dating relationship can be a great cure for loneliness. But that is a far cry from a serious relationship with future prospects. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a long-term chat mate, as long as the Filipina knows it won't go beyond that. But sadly, some men will make many promises to a Filipina that they can never keep. When this happens, the Filipina can be understandably devastated and very upset. In this video, I'll tell you what sort of guys are living in dreamland, and I hope it will help you to realise if dating a Filipina and having a long-term relationship with her is possible. So to find out more, be sure to buckle up and stay with me here. Just quickly, if you're searching for a Filipina and are not sure where to start, then why not check out my affiliate link in the pinned comment and description of this video to the Philippines' #1 dating site, Christian Filipina, where it's free to join via a basic membership and view tens of thousands of beautiful Filipina profiles right now. It amazes me just how many guys out there jump into a relationship with a Filipina without doing any research or having a good understanding of not only the Filipina and her customs, but also around the cost and time factors that are necessary to build a solid long-term relationship. With the borders reopened to the Philippines, more foreign guys will undoubtedly be looking to start a relationship with a Filipina. And for those that are serious enough and can manage all that's involved, right now is certainly a great time. You can spend a few months getting to know her online before flying over to spend a few quality weeks together to see if things will go further, or at least that's the way most of us would like to do it. The problem is that I've spoken to some foreign guys who have been in a long-distance relationship with a Filipina for 5 years, and they still have never met in person. One must ask themselves if this is fair on the Filipina, and why haven't you been to the Philippines to spend time together already? Now yes, for the past 2 years this has not been possible, with travel into the country not being available for us tourists. But what about before COVID hit? And what about now that the country has reopened to foreign tourists? As always, I'll call a spade here and say, if you started a long-distance relationship with a Filipina a year or more prior to COVID starting, and you never went to the Philippines in that 12-month period, then plainly, you're not serious. And if you started a long-distance relationship during COVID, and you're not planning to visit in the next 6 months, then again, I don't believe you're serious about a long-term relationship. Long-distance relationships are good for a period of time, and of course for 2 years we had no other alternative. But now we have no excuses. And for those guys who say that they have work commitments and have no annual leave left, and it'll take 12 months before they can go, then I say you should have planned ahead. It really comes down to priorities and where your Filipina fits in. As for those guys who say they have no money and are saving to be able to fly to the Philippines, then you're going to be struggling not just for airfares, but to be in a serious relationship with a Filipina, because I can tell you, it does cost money. You'll most likely be making 2 or 3 round trips to the Philippines, staying in motels, having living expenses, not to mention the cost of vaccinations, travel insurances, and the list goes on. And you can be very sure if you're planning to bring her to your country, then the expenses become even more. Whilst one doesn't need to be rich in any way to have a relationship with a Filipina, one has to know that there are certain costs involved from the time you guys become serious right through to marriage or living together and beyond. Simply, if you're struggling to get airfares to make one trip to the Philippines, then you need to look at how you're going to increase your savings over the next few months. Is it a matter of getting a better paying job or taking on a second job? Or perhaps you need to work out where your money is being wasted. As I say, it's really all about priorities and where the Filipina fits into your life and where you fit into hers. Really, one doesn't need to be a rocket scientist to know she needs to be your main priority if you want to have a long-term successful relationship together. Now, I know there are many lonely guys out there who love the idea of being with a beautiful younger Filipina, and for sure it can be amazing if you're in a position to make it happen. But be sure that you're not fooling yourself into believing you can do this when the reality is far different, because in the end you'll only be hurting a lovely woman that doesn't deserve being treated in this way. For more valuable information and tips around creating a strong relationship with a Filipina, be sure to check out the playlist on screen now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.